Complete bullshit tonight. Complete bullshit. Main night, I'm at Highland Godfire Soldier and Slim. Name my topic tonight is called Terrible, Trouble, and Tasteless in Tulsa, Oklahoma. When Money in the Bank 2025 will be worth watching this Saturday. And I'm gonna give talk about the R-Truth Carlito being released. And R-Truth Carlito being released, and I'm gonna give you my predictions for Money in the Bank 2025 this Saturday. But before I do, I'm gonna open up the show with this classic match from 20 years ago today from SmackDown. Thursday night from SmackDown 20 years ago today, June 2nd, 2005. Friday, June 2nd, 2005. It was John Cena and the Big Show facing off against Carlito and Matt Morgan. So stick around, right back in my review, and here's the match from 20 years ago today from SmackDown. On a Thursday, June 2nd, 2005. John Cena and the Big Show versus Carlito, who just got released this year by WWE, and Matt Morgan. June 2nd, 2005. And we like to think, I'm going to say this, Carlito, we like to thank thank you for everything you've done for WWE for all these years, and Godspeed. Good luck in the future, and somehow you can go to another wrestling promotion. Good luck.
I give Cena credit for going put himself out there and saying, hey, I want the Big Show as my partner, but like you said, it's the Big Show that F5 who needs to announce him. We're sitting out right here. Who knows what condition the Big Show's going to be in? Cena might have made a mistake. He might be in trouble.
And his partner standing 7 feet tall, weighing in at 493 pounds, the Big Show! You see the Big Show, his ribs changed after what happened to him last week at the hands of Matt Morgan. And the interesting dichotomy of this matchup here tonight is John Cena and Big Show, yeah, they're partners, but they've never teamed together before tag. And that's the thing that we got to see how that plays out. And the physical condition that you're going to see why now we'll have a tag the Big Show. We got to see what kind of, if this Big Show can go. And check out this F5. As we got SmackDown, Matt Morgan driving the big man into the steel post. But watch the strength of Matt Morgan.
This is amazing. Look at this power. Look at this. You can't explain this. Matt Morgan, how the hell does he do that, man? And then now, as I'm saying, how do we know? We don't know. How does John Cena know? How does Big Show know? His physical condition. Can he go at the level he needs to go right now against Matt Morgan and Carlito?
Frankly, I'm surprised the Big Show is here tonight, set to this tag team matchup.
I spit in the face of people who don't want to be cool.
And then a combined weight of 550 pounds. Matt Morgan and Carlito.
Well, there's two guys. Precious and Daisy. Nothing wrong with Matt Morgan, Cole. Nothing wrong with Carlito. They're both healthy.
Have you ever seen anyone, a single man like Matt Morgan, manhandle the Big Show like he's done over the past couple of weeks?
No, I have never seen anyone do that. One man, anyway, to the Big Show.
I spit in the face.
Carlito saying earlier tonight in the cabana that Matt Morgan owns
Show's theory a hole through Matt Morgan.
And I'll tell you what, Big Show coming out here, not hiding the fact that he's injured. And that shows that Big Show doesn't go finger full force into Matt Morgan and Carlito, saying, hey, here's a target. I got a target on me, and come get it. I respect Big Show for that.
Well, Matt Morgan goes 6'10", 320 pounds.
The whole problem with the target, though, is Matt Morgan and Carlito, they can pinpoint, they can see what the hell's going on here and go after that injury.
For the WWE Champion John Cena, going to allow the big man, Big Show, to start this thing off. And wait a minute.
Wait. Matt Morgan. We don't know where to start.
I don't think Matt Morgan does either.
Well, Carlito's kind of like, Matt Morgan's the big backup, right? So, I mean, I guess Matt Morgan should have started, but Carlito's going to start.
Hey, Carlito doesn't want anything to do with the angry big man either.
Carlito's not stupid. I mean, why do you think?
The champion! Carlito back into the ring! And Carlito into the corner! And here comes the big man! Oh, God! And those skillet-like right hands! Across the chest of Carlito!
Look at him. Big Show just
What hand?
just pie-faced Matt Morgan. And now Carlito's in trouble, man.
Big Show turns his attention back to Carlito. And look at the sweat!
Can he do it, though, with those grips?
Carlito popped into the bodyguard, knocking Matt Morgan down.
Well, I guess so far his ribs are okay.
Wow! Big Show dominating. This tag match hangs in the balance when we return next. And back on SmackDown, Matt Morgan finally gets into the ring, facing the Big Show. It's Big Show and John Cena versus Matt Morgan and Carlito in this team matchup.
Talk about manhandling. These are behemoths. Look at these muscles chop.
Throughout the arena, and here comes the champion.
Cena, look, throw those hands into these things.
The WWE Champion John Cena bounces Matt Morgan off that turnbuckle. Cena off that big I Quit match victory over JBL 11 nights ago. Morgan whips into the corner. The champion with a high elbow.
John Cena just keeping the pressure on Matt Morgan. He's big. Look at his power here.
Here's the cover by the shoulders down kick out by Morgan.
Up by Cena, persistent in that slam and then driving that elbow now. Ground and pound style of John Cena.
Cena whipped in the rope. Big hook by Matt Morgan off the skull of John Cena. The champion down in a 6'10", 320-pounder. Now stalking John Cena.
No doubt Matt Morgan's a giant in his own right, and now John Cena is caught where he don't want to be caught. Got a 5 count to break that illegal choke. That's a WWE champion right there. Matt Morgan's just manhandling.
John Cena getting him. Here's another boot to the skull. John Cena to one knee. Matt Morgan looking to dominate the champion. There's the scoop slam. The big man off the rope, dropping the elbow. That'll drive the wind out of you.
Cena's in trouble.
Open the leg. Cena spins the shoulder out.
Frustrated now. Matt Morgan, keep your cool here, big man.
And John Cena pie faces out again. But Matt Morgan in control of the champion.
Now what? Now what's Morgan going to do here? John Cena, one hand. Look at the power by this Morgan.
With one hand, lifting the champion in the air. And there's the smile on the face of the Cena goes out of the way. Giant leg elbow.
Speaking of giants,
Big Show with a big clothesline. The 400-pounder exploding into Morgan. Here comes Carlito. There goes Carlito.
right out here. All of a sudden, hit the announce desk.
Matt Morgan off the ropes. Look at this. Whoa. Side slam. And Big Show re-injured those ribs.
Yeah, that he felt it right through the middle of his body, those ribs.
The adrenaline was pumping. Big Show was rolling, and all of a sudden, off the side slam, he hurt himself.
Oh, yeah, he did it to himself, exactly. I mean, Matt Morgan felt the effects, but Big Show's hurting. First signs of this match, Cole, that we're seeing some signs of pain in the ribs, in the midsection of Big Show.
500 pounds. That side 42, 5-E scoop in the throat. Carlito going right to work on those injured ribs.
He pulled the arm, Carlito did, into the ribs, right across that top rope, very smart.
And the big man's been dropped to knee.
Let's see if
Matt Morgan kicking to the ribs.
Let's see if Morgan can capitalize it. Oh, looks good.
Looks like he's gonna capitalize.
And Big Show. Wow. Driven to the mat below as we take another look at how Carlito turned this match around.
Well, he grabbed that arm and pulled it. His arm pit, which affects your ribs, and get open those ropes, which are really tight.
And now Morgan driving the knee into the injured ribs of the Big Show. The Big Show writhing in pain. Somehow needs to get back to his feet. Somehow needs to make a tag to the champions. Oh, look at that cheap shot. The cheap shot by Carlito.
Southpaw, that left hand right to the ribs by Carlito. Now that big body blow by Big Show.
Oh, again a shot. Referee was distracted with Cena. Carlito took advantage, and now Morgan applied the pressure again.
God, look at this. And boot right into those ribs along this guy's legs.
And I'll tell you, you gotta believe the Big Show got some cracked ribs after his ribs were driven through the side of the announce table last week on an F5. And now Carlito pinpointing the damaged ribs of Big Show, driving the big man to his knees.
Now Carlito, he's like a wolf in there. He's just on the attack on a big lion. Look at him. Man.
The Big Show nearly lifeless in the ring as Carlito hammers away.
Well, look at this. Look at him pounding. Carlito pounding. The Big Show has to try and get to his corner and tag in John Cena. Big Show's in trouble here.
Oh, Carlito into Matt Morgan's tag was made. The tag was made. Big Show trying to make it in the corner, and Morgan again with a kick to the ribs.
Can't breathe. Big Show can't breathe.
I was going to say that if he had cracked ribs, not only the pain, and the side Russian leg sweep right to the ribs.
Have him here.
Shoulders down. Big Show rolls the shoulder out.
That's the whole problem. John Cena knows it. He's got to try and get Cena in there. Big Show's hurt. He's got to come in with his ribs taped. I don't blame him. He had to.
Now the bear hug.
That bear hug. Look at that submission bear hug.
Right to the injured ribs. That shoulder driven into the ribs. And listen to Big Show.
I mean, there aren't many men in the history of the industry that can apply a bear hug to the Big Show. How long and strong are the arms of Matt Morgan?
Might count him on one hand.
I'm telling you. Matt Morgan, no signs of letting go of that bad boy either.
John Cena trying to keep the big man in the matchup.
It's not good now. Big Show down to one knee. He's starting to fade, maybe? I don't know.
Referee Brian Hebner asking the Big Show if he gives in. You see Big Show beginning to suck for air.
It looks like he can't breathe. Looks like Big Show can't breathe. Yeah, he's trying to. I'll tell you, he's trying to pull it out here.
Boom! Big elbow to the spine. Again to the spine of Matt Morgan. And a third.
Major league with that headbutt.
Boom right to the gut. The ribs, the damaged ribs.
And then Big Show ended up in a corner you don't want to be in, but he's trying to fight out.
Big Show trying to bow. That's Morgan down. Carlito in trouble as well.
Carlito's in trouble.
A handful of hair. Can Big Show do it?
Payback's a you-know-what.
Morgan. And look at Cena. John Cena made the tag.
Ref saw it. Oh, my God.
The champion made the tag. The champion with the wherewithal.
Cena.
The tag.
Here comes Cena.
Flying shoulder.
Like a house of fire.
Big hip toss.
There goes Morgan.
What a suplex to Morgan.
A fisherman suplex. And now, Carlito. Bam.
The spinning side slam.
WWE champ. Oh,
What a right hand.
just clocking him. And then here comes Big Show again.
Big Show with a boot. Matt Morgan and Big Show driven out of the ring.
Both Bohemians on the outside.
It's down to Cena and Carlito.
Five-knuckle shuffle time.
Connecting. Oh my. Here we go.
Carlito's up. F.U. baby. Here we go.
F.U. Connecting. The cover. 1, 2, 3. Carlito doesn't own John Cena anymore.
Here are your winners, the Big Show and the WWE Champion, John Cena.
John Cena's amazing role continues.
What a physical matchup. Big Show withstanding all that pressure in his ribs. And now John Cena's looking for Big Show. How do you lose a giant? Where's Big? Oh, there he is.
John Cena going to his partner. The injured Big Show.
I mean, Big Show, that's what I'm saying. Big Show wasn't, he cut it out. He wasn't even supposed to be here tonight. And he went in there with a target on his ribs, and he sucked it up. I'll tell you what, he won, but at what price? What's the condition of the Big Show's ribs?
Well, John Cena continues to roll. Well, ladies and gentlemen,
Yep, that was 20 years ago today. And 20 years ago, Carlito lost. Carlito and his tag team partner Matt Morgan lost to a match against Cena in the Big Show. And right now, Carlito's just been released by WWE. Now we got Cena. We got Cena acting like an asshole right now. Y'all, I mean, we got. I mean, that tag team match that I showed you, that audio clip tag team match between is nothing compared. Is nothing compared to what we see this Saturday night at Money in the Bank 2025 when Cena piece of shit and Logan Paul team up faced against Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Nothing compared to that. The audio clip I just showed you from 20 years ago today from SmackDown, Thursday, June 2nd, 2005. Carlito, thank you for all you done for WWE, and we'll miss you. Now let's go tonight to how this terrible, stupid show was tonight. Um, like I said, name my topic tonight is called Trouble, Terrible, and Tasteless in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Will Money in the Bank be worth watching? I'm gonna give y'all my prediction. I'm gonna talk about the R-Truth, Carlito being released, and my predictions for Money in the Bank this Saturday. And I know Worlds Collide won't be that good either this Saturday. But you know what? Let me get right now. How if I just start right now the R-Truth and Carlito thing. This is really stupid, and I mean, R-Truth getting after everything he's been doing for WWE all these years, and he gets released, and Carlito, everything he done for WWE, he get released. I mean, damn you Triple H, damn you Nick Khan, damn you Ari Emanuel, TKO Holdings. I mean, WWE is gonna fail big time. I'm telling you. Well, let's thank them both. Let's thank R-Truth and Carlito for everything they've done for WWE and wish them Godspeed. Well, hopefully we might see them in some different other wrestling promotions. Probably Impact Wrestling or better not go to A. Probably not better not go or better not go to AEW. So they're doing the same thing. Because AEW's not even getting that better either than WWE. And get this a little I got some breaking news for you. It says that Sarah, before I get finished, it says that Sarah Logan, better known in her ring name Valhalla, says WWE is not renewing her contract. And John Laurinaitis officially dismissed by judge in Janelle Grant case. Wow. One of my friend of mine from Pittsburgh is watching this video right now. Heard about this. Okay, then now let's go to the show. Let's go to tonight's terrible show. Then now forever together. The WWE video leads us into the show. Last Monday on Raw, Seth Rollins won a Money in the Bank qualifying match after an interference. After the match, CM Punk returned to attack him. Pre-show rivals. The WWE Jones shows us an overhead shot of the BO Bach Center. Sami Zayn is showing arriving at the arena earlier today. We see World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso entering. Seth Rollins is also in the building with Paul Heyman, Braun Breaker, and Brie Bronson Reed. Tonight, AJ Styles will battle El Grande Americano. We all know is that douchebag piece of shit Chad Gable and CM Punk in the Money in the Bank Triple Threat qualifying match. Stephanie Vicaire, Raw's newest addition. Raw Women's Tag Team Champion Liv Morgan and WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Liv Morgan and Ivy Nile will also buddy in the Money in the Bank in the Women's Money in the Bank Triple Threat qualifying match. Pat McAfee, Michael Cole and Pat McAfee welcome us to the show. McAfee shows us a replay of a bet between him and Cole. Cole lost the bet, so he must wear a tank top for the show. Cole removes his jacket and his shirt to reveal an Indiana Pacers jersey. The crowd boos the Pacers jersey. McAfee says, "You look like an asshole." CM Punk kicks off the show. CM Punk makes his entrance to a big ovation. A loud CM Punk chant fires up. Punk asks, "Is it great to be alive on a Monday night in Tulsa, Oklahoma, or what? It's summertime and Money in the Bank time." Punk also hears some thunder, referring to the home team. Cole groans, and Punk tells the crowd that they can root for any basketball team, but if the NBA Finals are on, they need to make sure they are watching Monday Night Raw or SmackDown. McAfee says, "Good plug." Punk says it's time. It says it's the summer of Punk time. Money in the Bank is around the corner. Punk has won the match twice and successfully cashed in both times. He's looking forward to doing it for the third time. It's the summer of Punk. It's time that CM Punk got some gold around his waist. There are a lot of great champions in WWE. There's even champions in WWE. There's even a long list of challengers. The two people that are at the top of the mountain. One of them is Jey Uso. The crowd explodes a yeet chant. Punk says that when he wins the briefcase, Uso needs to remember it's not personal, it's business. The other person who might take it personally is John Cena. Punk says he's been in places like this for years, hearing people go banana. He points to the people dressed as bananas. This also references to Pat Patterson's grasp on English plurality. For John Cena, now the tables have turned since Cena has sold his soul to a bald fraud goof. And you know who it is, the people's champ, The Rock, the Croc. When he wins the Money in the Bank, when he wins Money in the Bank, if he chooses, he always had Cena's number. Punk says, "I'm gonna come pick the bones, you little bitch." The crowd roars. Punk says we're on Monday night. We're on Monday night. He's not just happy to be here. It's all about the money. It's about CM Punk time. It's about time CM Punk became champion one more time. The crowd cheers, and Punk says he'll see them at Money in the Bank when he qualifies tonight. Sami Zayn's music hits. Crowd sings Zayn's song. A light, we want the truth. The crowd chants, "We want truth." And you're referring to R-Truth, who just got released by WWE. Well, he can't come. Well, Truth can't come back because he's gone. They released him. Yeah, chant. We want truth. Chant picks up. Punk says he's not mad to be interrupted by Zayn. Zayn says he appreciates that. A Sami chant picks up. The reason he's out here is the first time CM Punk has been back where he said what his plan is. Punk wants to become world champion. Zayn also has ambitions to become world champion. Fortunately for him, Money in the Bank isn't his path. Thanks to Paul Heyman, Seth Rollins, Bronson Reed, and Braun Breaker, it's not in the cards for him. It's for CM Punk. Zayn is out here to underscore for Punk the importance of winning. Zayn says you must win. Tonight is more must win than it's ever been. Punk has been talked about the champions, but he's been thinking about Rollins and his group. Zayn says Punk needs to be put out of his head. He'll deal with them along with Jey Uso. Punk says he has Zayn's back. Zayn tells him to think about the task at hand. Rollins is always thinking of Punk. Punk says Rollins has never beaten him. Zayn says if Punk gets in the Money in the Bank match, the match will be changed. If Rollins wins the briefcase, this place is over. Punk and Zayn won't like it. Zayn says, "I need you to win tonight. We all need you to win tonight." The crowd cheers. Zayn says he wants Punk to win. Should Punk win the match? Should Punk win the match? The contract. Should Punk win the match? Contract, and then the World Championship. They'll be face to face in this ring again. They will have a very different conversation from the one from one from the one they're having right now. Punk steps up to him and says he looks forward to it. They shake hands before Zayn walks off. Last Monday, this is a little video. Last Monday on Raw, Roxanne Perez argued with Raquel Rodriguez at ringside. This caused Liv Morgan the match against Kairi Sane. Backstage segment. WWE Women's Tag Team Champions Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez are talking when Roxanne Perez walks up. Morgan warns her not to get involved in her match against. Warns her not to get involved in her match against. Morgan walks off before bumping into Women's World Champion Io Sky. Morgan says she'll qualify for Money in the Bank and win the match. When she does, she'll come after Sky. Sky says it's not going to happen. Morgan responds by saying, "Watch me." Yeah, that's her little catchphrase. Watch me. WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Liv Morgan makes her entrance. She's in action next. Then go to commercial break. Video, a highlight reel of Raw's newest acquisition. Stephanie Vicaire is shown. Vicaire says wrestling isn't just a passion. Hold on, thank you. Sorry, that was my stepdad giving me my pill. Okay. I'm sorry what I was saying. Yeah, commercial break. A highlight reel of Raw's newest acquisition. Stephanie Vicaire is shown. Vicaire says wrestling isn't just a passion or a career. It's who she is. She discovered WWE in Chile when she was 10 years old. She watched it constantly. She knew it was her destiny to be great. That's what she's done. The video runs through numerous of achievements. The Dark Angel is on Raw to dominate. Money in the Bank qualifying match, triple threat match. WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Liv Morgan versus Ivy Nile versus Stephanie Vicaire. Referee is Eddie Orango. The bell rings and Morgan and Nile kick her out of the ring. Nile shoulder tackles Morgan and goes for a roll up, but Morgan gets away. Vicaire knocks Morgan back and hits Morgan with it, and Nile with a springboard cross body block. Vicaire ducks a clothesline for Morgan and hits Nile with a sunset flip for a 1 count. Morgan kicks Nile down. Vicaire hits Morgan with a suplex and grabs her by the hair. Vicaire delivers the devil's kiss to Morgan and smiles. Nile charges, but Vicaire hits her with a back suplex. Vicaire then gives her the devil's kiss. Morgan breaks it up with a basement drop kick. Morgan grabs Vicaire and starts up with a three amigos. 1 amigo, 2 amigos. The third amigo. The third amigo lands Vicaire onto the Nile. Morgan goes back and forth, hitting Vicaire and Nile with running back elbows. Vicaire soon rolls out of the way, and Nile hits Morgan with a running kick. Vicaire hits Morgan with a running meteor and elbows Nile back. Vicaire grabs Morgan, but Nile grabs her and hits Vicaire and Morgan with a double German suplex. Back from the break, Vicaire takes Morgan down. Vicaire then hits Nile with an eat defeat. Vicaire attacks Nile and hits Morgan with a running meteor. Vicaire blocks a kick from Nile, hits a dragon screw. 1-2. Morgan breaks up the pin. Vicaire and Morgan trade punches before Morgan kicks away at her. Vicaire dumps a step-up enziguri and takes her down. Vicaire puts her in the corner, but Morgan knocks her back. Morgan goes to the top rope, but Vicaire cuts her off. Vicaire attempts a suplex. As she does, Nile hits Vicaire with a powerbomb for a Tower of Doom. Nile covers for a 2 count. The crowd chants, "This is awesome! This is awesome!" Vicaire rolls Nile for a 2 count. They begin trading pins before trading blows. Morgan then comes off the second rope with a double code breaker for a 2 count. Nile and Morgan go at it. Morgan goes for an oblivion, but Vicara kicks her. Now falls out of the ring as Vicara hits Morgan with a backslide for a 2 count. Vicara goes for a slam, but Morgan flips through and hits a code breaker. Morgan hits Oblivion. Now runs in and throws Morgan out of the ring before covering Vicara 1-2. Morgan breaks it up. Morgan pulls Nile out of the ring and bounces her off the apron. Nile then sends Morgan to the steel steps. Nile gets in the ring, but Vicara attacks. It hits an SVB for the win. Winner by pinfall, Stephanie Vicara. Stephanie Vicara joins Naomi, Julia, Roxanne Perez, Alexa Bliss, and Rhea Ripley in the Women's Money in the Bank ladder match. Vicara will pull double duty on Saturday as she competes at Worlds Collide. That's true. Then we go to a backstage segment. AJ Styles is warming up when Paul Heyman walks up to him. Heyman extends his hand, but Styles asks what he wants. Heyman's a pain in the neck. He's a real pain in the ass and annoying. But Styles asks what he wants. Heyman says he wanted to wish him a happy birthday. That's right, it is AJ Styles' birthday, by the way. June 2nd, 1977. Heyman brought a gift. He has intrinsic value. Information is currency and wisdom. Heyman has the wisdom to bestow on Styles that Dominic Mysterio is making a disgrace of the Intercontinental Championship. Well, even though I don't like Heyman, but he has a point. Yeah, does have a point. Heyman does have a point. Hopefully, but please do not have AJ Styles turn heel and make because somehow they're gonna try and make Judgment that's gonna make Judgment Day baby faces, which is kind of crazy. That title needs someone like Styles. Money in the Bank is on the way. If Styles wins, he'll be too busy to keep up with it. Heyman tells Styles to forget Money in the Bank, concentrate on the Intercontinental Championship, leave Money in the Bank to Seth freaking Rollins. Styles looks confused and asks if Heyman is tired. Styles says Heyman looks exhausted as he chases his next meal ticket. Heyman looks disappointed. Styles says he'll get back at Dirty Dome. He'll get back to Dirty Dome and the Intercontinental Championship. Styles doesn't respond well to threats. He knows what Heyman was delivering and what he's trying to do. Styles says he'll push back. Styles tells Heyman to tell Rollins that he knows all about his plan. Styles says everyone has a plan, and they will get punched in the mouth. Styles slaps Heyman hard in the shoulder and walks off. Video commercial. See a video. Rusev says Sheamus looks disappointed in him last week, but in all he's trying to do is stop people from slipping into the abyss. Sheamus let Rusev do that. Rusev do that years ago. Sheamus has a body of granite and a neck of sand. Rusev says Sheamus is a true legend. It will be his honor to take him back off the field. Rusev went down because Sheamus stabbed him in the back. Sheamus better stay out of his way or he'll snap his. Sheamus is talking up to Akira Tozawa standing with Natalia and Maxine Dupri. Sheamus compliments them all. Kathy Kelly comes up and asks why he confronted Rusev. Sheamus says Rusev was a true friend, but he left WWE due to his bad decisions. His wrestling career outside of WWE is worse. Meanwhile, he's been putting on a banger after banger. Sheamus says he bullies. Bullies. Man, how many times we're gonna see Sheamus? Didn't we see? How many times we're gonna see? Don't tell me that WWE's gonna have this feud again, like in the like they did, like in the PG era. I mean, what is it? The reality era. Yeah, the reality era. Don't we see this? Why wouldn't you see this feud again, Rusev and Sheamus again? It's unbelievable. Finn Balor and JD McDonough head to the ring. They'll face the War Raiders next. Commercial break. World Tag Team Champions New Day are on commentary for this tag match. The tag team match, the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and JD McDonough versus Finn Balor and Eric and Ivar. Referee is Jessica Carr. Finn Balor starts against Eric and quickly puts himself in the ropes to keep him back. R-Truth and Lyra We Want Truth chant picks up. But I'm sorry, but R-Truth is gone. Balor goes up for a headlock takeover, but Eric doesn't go over. Eric sends Balor into the ropes and hits a shoulder tackle. Balor quickly powers Eric to the corner and hits some shoulder thrusts. JD McDonough tags in and digs his boot in Eric's throat. The crowd rumoringly chants New Day sucks. McDonough attacks Eric's midsection and chops his chest. Eric fights back, knocking McDonough away, attacking Balor. Ivar tags in and hits McDonough with a back body drop. Ivar hits him with a sidewalk slam and hits the ropes, but Balor attacks him. Ivar knocks him back with a handspring kick. Ivar hits McDonough with a back body drop over the top rope. Ivar goes to the outside and hits Balor with a body slam drop over the top rope. Ivar goes to the outside and hits Balor with a body slam onto McDonough. Eric hits Ivar with a scoop slam onto McDonough. Ivar teases sending McDonough into the New Day, scaring them out of their chairs. The referee stops the New Day from getting in the ring and ejects them from ringside. Kofi Kingston and Xavier Woods are flabbergasted. Referee Danilo Fibio runs down to make sure they leave. Then we go to commercial break. Back from break, McDonough and Ivar are trapped in a rear chin lock. Ivar fights up, but McDonough knees him and Balor tags in. Balor hits a slingshot stomp. McDonough tags in and hits a springboard moonsault for a 2 count. McDonough attacks Ivar and forearms him in the jaw. McDonough continues to strike Ivar, but Ivar gets fired up. Ivar soon drops him with a spinning slam. Eric and Balor tag in. Eric runs over to Balor with 2 clotheslines before hitting McDonough with a clothesline. Eric hits Balor with an overhead belly suplex. Hold on one second. Okay, I had to do something to charge up my little phone. I'm gonna charge up my little shaver. Let me start over again. Okay, Eric and Balor tag in. Eric runs over to Balor with 2 clotheslines before hitting McDonough with a clothesline. Eric hits Balor with an overhead belly-to-belly suplex. Eric delivers an exploder to McDonough and clotheslines him over the top rope. Eric charges at Balor. Eric gets out of a falling elbow drop and pops Balor for a headbutt. Eric knees Balor in the face for a 2 count. Ivar tags in. They go for a Viking experience, but McDonough pulls Eric out of the ring. Balor hits Ivar with a falling elbow drop for a 2 count. McDonough whiffs on the neck that Eric sells at ringside. McDonough then hits him with a side moonsault. In the ring, Balor hits Ivar with a woo dropkick. Ivar avoids a coup de grace and connects with a seated senton. Ivar cartwheels an attack from McDonough and crushes him with a spin kick. Ivar hits Balor with a Bronco Buster. Ivar heads to the top rope, but Roxanne Perez gets on the apron to distract him. Madame bounces Ivar's face off the ring post, and the referee deals with Perez. Balor hits Ivar with a cold grab for the win. Wins by pinfall, the Judgment Day. Wow. Balor seems very unhappy with Perez, but Madonna looks a little uncertain. This was terrible. I bet you Liv and Raquel are not happy about this. And here we go. The man whore Becky Lynch says, this is his video, says she's been back for 6 weeks. Already, Lyra Valkyrie cost her a tag team championship and Lyra the Money Bank opportunity. Well, that's because you stab her in the back, man whore. Valkyrie doesn't understand. She says Valkyrie doesn't understand what greatness is or what it takes. Whatever, Becky, whatever. She says Valkyrie would never achieve it. Whatever. Valkyrie has forgotten what Lynch has done for her. Whatever. Lynch has given Valkyrie any greatness she has experienced. Whatever. If Valkyrie sneaks out a victory, that'll be the worst thing that's ever happened to her, because Lynch would not be able to challenge her for the title. Hurts Valkyrie. Lynch says Lynch is the best thing that's ever happened to Valkyrie. Lynch says that when she wins the Women's Intercontinental Championship, Valkyrie will have her hand to raise. That same hand that held her down. Whatever, whatever. Shut up. Just shut the fuck up. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyrie is angrily walking backstage. Kathy Kelly is backstage with Stephanie Vicaire. Kelly asks how she is feeling. Vicaire says she feels great. She begins to speak her native tongue before Rhea Ripley walks up to an R-Truth t-shirt. Ripley shakes her hand and says she'll see her on Saturday. Yeah, she had an R-Truth Real homage to Detroit, paid tribute to R-Truth. Very good. That was a really good job. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyrie addresses the man whore Becky Lynch. Women's Intercontinental Champion Lyra Valkyrie heads to the ring. Valkyrie says Becky Lynch has some big words while hiding in the back. Valkyrie calls Lynch out so she can say what she has to say to her face. The man whore Becky Lynch makes her way to the ring. Lynch gets on the apron and goes to speak, but Valkyrie tells her to shut up. Lynch showed her that she is delusional. Lynch's downfall needs to be studied. She got over being a good person who never gives up. Now Lynch is given up being a good person. Valkyrie has changed into an angry person. Valkyrie says she needed to get angry. No one in her life has heard her say the way Lynch has. The crowd is giving her the what treatment. They're like Stone Cold Steve Austin. Valkyrie says Lynch unlocked the side of her that can destroy her. She beat Lynch blind. Now at Money in the Bank, she'll beat the crap out of her. Valkyrie will ensure that Lynch will never poison what it means to be Women's Intercontinental Champion. Lynch says the only thing poison in Valkyrie's perspective. Valkyrie says Lynch hurt her worse than anyone else. She may have hurt Valkyrie physically, but not emotionally. Lynch thinks Valkyrie is looking for a reason to hate her, so she can replace her. Lynch wanted to make her better. What will hurt Valkyrie the most is when she has to raise her hand. Lynch walks off, but Valkyrie says she spoke to a lot of big words. Valkyrie wants to give Tulsa a preview of Money in the Bank. She says she doesn't fight in Tulsa. Well, Valkyrie chases her up the aisleway and attacks her, but referees come out to break them up. No. Valkyria is getting used, I think, by WWE. I think Yeah. I feel like WWE is gonna shit on Lyra Valkyrie. I mean, this is really bad. And then we see a video. Penta vows to win the Money in the Bank ladder match. Arena Concourse. World Heavyweight Champion main event Jey Uso and Sami Zayn enter together. The crowd is fired up. Commercial break. In a little tag team match. World Heavyweight Champion main event Jey Uso, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker and Big Bronson Reed. With Paul Heyman. Danilo Fibio. Jey Uso will start against Braun Breaker. Braun Breaker quickly hits a waist lock takeover, but Breaker punches him to the corner and hits some shoulder thrust. Breaker hooks the head, but Uso fights back. Uso hits a running elbow and a snap kick. Uso powers him down for a 2 count. Breaker soon hits the wild ropes and the wild speed for a massive clothesline. Commercial break. We return from the break to see Reed power Zayn to the corner. Zayn fights back with some chops, but Reed powers him back and hits a shoulder thrust. The referee backs Reed up as Breaker gets a cheap shot in. Breaker tags in. Breaker hits and Reed hit Zayn with some splashes in the corner. Breaker knees Zayn in the face for a 2 count. Reed tags back in and clubs Zayn. Reed puts Zayn on the top rope and punches him. Zayn fights back and knocks Reed down. Zayn boots Reed back and hits a diving tornado DDT. Uso and Braun Breaker tag in and hit a tag in. Uso hits a pair of clotheslines before punching away at Breaker. Uso floors Breaker with a right hand and charges, but Breaker drops him on the apron. Uso kicks him back and comes off the top rope. Uso rolls through when Breaker moves. Breaker lifts him and hits a gut buster for a near fall. Breaker pulls the straps down and signals for the end. Breaker hits the ropes fast, but Uso super kicks him down. 1-2, Breaker barely kicks out. Paul Heyman looks terrified. Uso applies a sleeper hold, but Reed breaks it up with a senton splash. Zayn gets in the ring and attacks Reed. Reed shoves him to the corner and avalanches him down. Reed goes to the apron for a big splash, but Zayn moves. Zayn sends Breaker out of the ring next to Reed. Zayn goes for a plancha, but Reed and Breaker can catch him. Uso then takes him out with a suicide dive. All of a sudden, Seth Rollins runs down. Seth piece of shit Rollins runs down and hits Uso with a stomp on the floor. Winner by DQ, Jey Uso and Sami Zayn. Zayn attacks Rollins, but Reed cuts him off. Rollins shouts and orders Reed and Breaker. A CM Punk chant picks up. Breaker puts Zayn on the commentary table. Reed heads to the top rope for a tsunami. CM Punk hits Breaker with it from behind with a chair and throws the chair into Reed's head. Rollins runs off before Punk can attack him. Rollins orders Breaker and Reed back. Rollins tells Breaker they know exactly where Reed will be later tonight. They got him right where they want. Liv Morgan pulls Finn Balor aside and she sees what he's going with Roxanne Perez. Balor says she's using her imagination. Morgan is just mad things didn't go her way just last week and this week. Perez is still in the Money in the Bank, and she can bring the title home to Judgment Day. Balor says Perez came on strong with the nuggets and shoulder rubs, but it's Dominic Mysterio you can't trust. Morgan says it's not Mysterio she can trust. Balor suggests Perez be in Raquel Rodriguez's corner tonight. Morgan says she'll be in Rodriguez's corner, and Balor tells Balor to stay out of their way. Mysterio comes up to Balor and apologizes for last week. Yeah, Dum Dum, if it wasn't for you, if it hadn't been for you, Dum Dum, Balor will be in this Saturday's Money in the Bank, men's Money in the Bank qualifying, men's Money in the Bank match. And we all know you did because you know Balor finished trying to drive a wedge between you. We all know, yeah, we did because he's trying to drive a wedge between you and Liv just because you know he's jealous because you have that Intercontinental title. And I can't say I blame Finn. So you just want to ride in his coattails. Balor says is one on the bridge and slaps the Intercontinental Championship. Yeah, I hope Finn Balor gets that Intercontinental Champion from Dun Dun. Kairi Sane makes her entrance. Then we go to commercial break. Kairi Sane, here we go in the match. Kairi Sane versus WWE Women's Tag Team Champion Raquel Rodriguez with Liv Morgan. Referees Eddie Orengo. They lock up and Rodriguez powers her down. Rodriguez goes for a power bomb, but Zane gets out. Zane applies a wrist lock, but Rodriguez swings her around and sends her into the ropes. Zane hits a slingshot head scissor takeover before hitting a bulldog. Zane knocks Rodriguez out of the ring with a running basement forearm. Zane dives off the apron, but Rodriguez catches her before slinging her into the apron. Rodriguez distracts the referee as Liv Morgan kicks Zane in the ribs. Rodriguez gets Zane in the ring for a 2 count. Rodriguez hits Zane with a pair of clotheslines. Zane ducks the third, but Rodriguez connects it for a 2 count. A loud "We Want Truth" chant picks up as entrance as this match wanes. Rodriguez slams Zane, staring her first into the corner. Zane slaps Rodriguez in the back. The crowd chants "We Want Truth." Rodriguez catches Zane diving and goes for a suplex, but Zane counters with a takedown. Zane fights back with a knee before stomping the back. Zane gets whipped to the corner, but she puts the brake and hits a blockbuster. Zane gets going and hits a sliding forearm. Zane goes to the top rope, but Zane distracts. But Liv Morgan distracts her. Women's World Champion, Raw Women's World Champion Io Sky runs down and attacks Morgan at ringside. Rodriguez grabs Sky by the hair. Zane kicks Rodriguez's head to the ring post and hits Zane with an elbow for the win. Winner by pinfall, Kairi Sane. Morgan, who has a cut on her forehead, checks on Rodriguez. They are unhappy. That was a little kind of a. I think that was a good match. It was kind of a shit match, but Zane was kind of moving in slow motion here a little bit in this match. Then we see a backstage segment. The trainer checks on Sami Zayn when Karrion Kross approaches him. Kross says Zayn is a liar. He lies to the people and himself. Kross says Zayn should have been a world champion many times over. Zayn is a bad guy like the rest of us. Zayn says Kross is wrong. Kross says he might be wrong, but he might be right too. Kross walks off. Then we see a little backstage segment. AJ Styles is warming up for our main event. Commercial break. Commentators run down the cards for World Collide and Money in the Bank, which airs this Saturday. Main event: Jey Uso versus the Ring General Gunther for the World Heavyweight Championship next week on Raw. Got a gut feeling going to be some interference, I bet you. Locker room segment. World Heavyweight Champion Jey Uso is in his locker room when Gunther walks up to him. Gunther says he just wants to talk and sits next to him. Gunther says the World Heavyweight Championship is personal to him. Gunther appreciates all the effort Uso put being a great champion, because Uso refused to think with his head instead of his heart. That's why he'll take it. Uso is selfless in a selfish business. Zayn needed him, so now he's a week out from that match and is at 100%. If CM Punk gets in trouble, he'll be there for him. 2 days before he defends the title against him, he'll compete at Saturday night's main event, Money in the Bank, because it's important to Cody Rhodes. All of that is no business of the World Heavyweight Champion. Gunther thanks him. Ever since he lost to Uso, he knew he'd avenge it. Right now, Uso is making it very easy for him. In 1 week, the party is over. Uso stops Gunther from leaving and says 3 letters, 1 word, tap. Uso says he'll see him next week. In the arena, AJ Styles makes his entrance. The main event is next. Then we go to commercial break. Money in the Bank qualifying match, triple threat match. AJ Styles versus El Grande Americano versus CM Punk. Referee is Sean Bennett. Before the match begins, CM Punk tells the referee to check on El Grande Americano's mask to ensure it's not loaded. Everyone knows it's Chad Gable. The referee checks on Oliver Americano and calls for the bell to start the match. Having found nothing, the bell rings and Punk AJ Styles double team Americano before sending him out of the ring. Punk and Styles circle the ring and lock up and applies a side headlock. Styles whips him off and drops down and leapfrogs him before hitting a drop kick. Something flies out of CM Punk's mouth on the kick. Americano runs in and takes Styles down. Americano hits a monkey flip. Punk runs in and grabs Americano. Americano hits Styles with a Hurricanrana and celebrates. Punk knocks Americano out of the ring and sends AJ Styles hard to the corner, bouncing him off the ring post. Punk sends Styles to the corner and hits and runs into a boot. Styles sets up a phenomenal forearm, but Americano sweeps the feet. Punk grabs Americano's mask, but Americano snaps him off the top rope to save the mask. Americano puts Punk with a cannonball off the apron, and Americano then shoulder tackles Styles onto the commentary table. Back from the break, Styles hits Americano with a back suplex. Punk then comes off the top rope with an elbow drop onto Styles. Punk gets up and hits Americano with a pair of clotheslines, followed by a spinning neckbreaker. Punk is limping. Punk hits Americano and Styles with a running high knees. Americano takes Punk down and nearly lands Styles onto Punk with a German suplex. Punk weakly breaks up the pin. Punk isn't moving around so too well. The crowd chants, "He's Chad Gable." No, he's not. Americano comes off the top rope with a crossbody block onto Punk. Punk rolls through and puts him in a position for a GTS. Styles breaks it up. Styles hits Americano with a reverse DDT while simultaneously hitting Punk with a DDT. Styles covers both for 2 counts. A We Want Truth chant picks up. He's gone, guys. Come on. Why you guys keeping our truth? He's gone. Yeah, well, I want him back too. Styles goes for a Styles clash on Americano, but Americano gets out and implies an ankle lock. That's not his move. That's Kurt Angle's move. Punk grabs Americano for a GTS, but Americano counters with an ankle lock. Punk rolls through, driving Americano to Styles. He hits him with a Styles clash. 1-2, Punk breaks it up, breaks up the pin, but Punks and Styles go back and forth with strikes. Crowd chants, "This is awesome. This is awesome." Punk hits a neckbreaker and covers 1-2. Americano breaks up the pin. Punk puts out Americano on the top rope. Styles grabs Punk for a Styles clash. Hold on. Yeah, I said the Styles clash, but Punk fights out. Punk hits his neckbreaker and covers 1-2. Americano breaks up the pin. Punk puts Americano on the top rope. Styles grabs Punk for a Styles clash, but Punk fights out. Punk goes for a GTS, but Styles slides off. Punk rolls him up with a jackknife pin, but Americano crushes him with a moonsault. Americano comes Styles for a 2 count. Americano goes back to the top rope, but Punk avoids a moonsault. Punk hits Americano with GTS. Punk covers 1-2, but Braun Breaker pulls Punk out of the ring. Breaker and Big Bronson Reed double team Punk outside, double team Punk at ringside. Jey Uso and Sami Zayn run down to fight Breaker and Reed. Styles wipes everyone out at ringside with a springboard crossbody block. Styles goes to the apron and goes for a phenomenal forearm, but Americano butts him out midair and goes for an unloaded mask. Americano covers the win. Damn, damn, that damn you, Seth. Damn you, Brian. Winner in El Grande Americano. El Grande Americano will join Andrade, Seth Rollins, LA Knight, Solo, Sikoa, and Penta in men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Totally unrated, but Chad Gable will be fighting at Royals Collide on Saturday if Gable were in Money in the Bank match. He'll be pulling double duty on Saturday, but he's not. It's El Grande Americano, not Chad Gable. Again, totally unrelated. He is Chad Gable. Meanwhile, Punk is punching away at Breaker. Seth Rollins runs down and attacks Punk. Rollins gets Punk in the ring. Punk fights back and lifts Rollins for a GTS, but Breaker spears him down. Zayn attacks Breaker, but Reed quickly joins in the fight. Rollins hits Zayn with a massive stomp. Rollins then hits Punk with a stomp. Uso super kicks Breaker and Reed. Rollins grabs Uso, and Breaker hits him with a spear. Rollins then hits Uso with a stomp. Reed hits the top rope and hits Uso with a tsunami. Reed returns to the top rope in the second tsunami on the World Heavyweight Champion. Paul Heyman gets in the ring and surveys the damage done by his group. Terrible. There's going to be some serious hell to pay. Damn you, Brian. Punk got screwed once again. Thanks to Seth, Brian, and Bronson. Terrible show tonight. You know, WWE is really fan. I hope they're really fan. I mean, Triple H is not doing a good job. We need a new booker. WWE is going to be a completely failure. This isn't the company I've been watching for 31 years, and they want to do this shit tonight. It's completely garbage. We all know. I think. I know Money in Bank won't be this good. I bet you it will not be this good this Saturday night. Let's go. Now let me go give you all my predictions for Money in the Bank. Let's start out with the men's Money in the Bank qualifying match for men's championship match. Sol Sikoa versus LA Knight versus Penta versus Seth Rollins versus Andrade versus El Grande Americano. We all know is the piece of shit Chad Gable. I say my picks are Penta and LA Knight. And this is what I'm gonna pick. I'd say that this Saturday that CM Punk is gonna interfere in the match and cost Seth Rollins the men's championship match, and he's gonna cost match, and he'll give it either be LA Knight or Penta or Andrade or Sikoa. So I'm gonna go with Penta. My picks are Penta and LA Knight are my picks. Those are my two picks, LA Knight and Penta. I'm looking forward to either see Penta cash in on Penta is on the Raw brand, so we probably might cash in on or maybe Penta might cash in on Jey Uso, who has the belt. If LA Knight wins, wins the Money in the Bank men's Money in the Bank qualifying match. He might I might say to myself, John Cena, beware, because LA Knight's gonna cash in that Money in the Bank on you. You can get the hell out of WWE. Go back to do movies. Next is the Money in the Bank ladder match for women's contract. Money in the Bank ladder match for women's contract. Alexa Bliss versus Roxanne Perez versus Rhea Ripley versus Julia versus Naomi versus Stephanie Vaquer. Who do I pick? I pick to win this match. My picks are My pick is I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss for this one. She'll be a two-time Money in the Bank winner, and but I know somehow they're gonna screw over Alexa Bliss. Probably might give it to Naomi or or Naomi. Naomi wins. I'll be very very pissed peeved right now. Let's see. Okay. Now we all see. Let's see. This next match. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso versus John Cena and Logan Paul. I'm gonna say Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso, but I feel like there's gonna be some cheating in this match. I feel like John Cena and Logan Paul might cheat and win this match. And the main is an Intercontinental title match. Women's Intercontinental title match, last chance match for the Women's Intercontinental Championship match. Lyra Valkyrie versus the man whore Becky Lynch. If Lynch loses, he can no longer challenge for the title as long as Valkyrie is champion. If Valkyrie loses, she'll be forced to raise Lynch's hand and acknowledge Lynch as the better woman. I'm gonna say, I'm gonna go pick Lyra Valkyrie, but I'm gonna say that I think Bayley's gonna come out and interfere and help Lyra Valkyrie win the match, and probably might challenge her challenge her for the Intercontinental Championship match, and probably maybe might be a triple threat match again, because Becky Lynch is not happy about this because if Bayley might help interfere and get her revenge on Becky for attacking her, putting her out of action, and help Lyra retain her Intercontinental title. And Becky Lynch will be very pissed, steamed, and it might might start a little bit of a triple threat match sometime soon, probably at next pay per view. Lyra Valkyrie versus Becky Lynch versus Bayley. Probably at Night of Champions. Somehow. But you know what? How about I think Bayley probably might interfere and might return and turn heel and cost Lyra Valkyrie the Intercontinental title and align herself with Becky Lynch and and align herself with Becky Lynch and making her helping her become the Becky Lynch become the Intercontinental champion because that won't make sense. We all know they're at Becky and Bayley were members of the Four Horsewomen. That'll be crazy because Becky Lynch put Bayley out of action. It won't which don't make sense because it was Liv Morgan and Raquel that put her action. That won't make sense, which didn't make sense, and they had to write off Liv and Raquel as it was really stupid for them to write off the storyline of Liv and Raquel putting Bayley out of action when it was and saying it was actually Becky Lynch that did it. And that would be really stupid. It would be a black guy for WWE, make everyone very unwatchable. And then they're gonna show what everyone have of Becky Lynch acting like an egotistical fucking whore, and have a spotlight and bury Lyra Valkyrie and treat her wrong. And that'll be real stupid by Triple H and the rest of the creative WWE team. Nick Khan and everybody, Nick Khan and Ari Emanuel, TKO Holdings. Because we all know WWE's failing. We all know Vince McMahon is going to buy WWE anyway. It's going to go out of business like all the other wrestling promotions, AWA, WCW, ECW, Jim Cocker Promotions. List goes on and on. It's just stupid. I don't think that the Money Bank 2025 will be worth watching. It won't. Bet you won't. So that's all I have to do for all of you. Got all of that covered. Now it's time for something I like to do. All you know what it's time for. It's time for Justin's Time of History, all the wrestling birthdays, pop culture, and history. All you hear that thing is a thing from Back to the Future, starring Michael J. Fox and Christopher Lloyd. Can't wait for his 40th anniversary on July 3rd, 2025, because the movie was released July 3rd, 1985. So let's go to May the 31st, shall we? Saturday. Let me get this thing loaded. Okay, last Saturday was a happy 31st, 41st birthday of Cody Hall, son of the late Scott Hall. Gable Stevenson turned 25 last Saturday. Hold on, wait, hold on a second. He turned 25 last Saturday. Vampiro from WCW. He turned 58 last Saturday. His real name was Ian Hodgkin. He's a Canadian wrestler. Vampiro. And let's see. A movie was released 1985. A movie was released. See. Okay, Tuesday Night Titans, Friday Night Titans, May 31st, 1985. Yeah, this was the first anniversary of Friday Night Titans. Some a lot of good clips were shown over the first year's episodes. Musical moments including Polka Party, Ivan Putski, clips of music with Special Louis Jones, and clips of Bone and Butcher Vachon doing a surprisingly good job singing his own wedding. Gene Okerlund in New York City with adorable Adrian Dons in the conversation with Chief J. Strongbow. Feats of Strength featuring Ken Patera holding back a car with his legs and Big John Stun doing bench presses. Paul Orndorff and Tony Atlas do it in a pose down competition that becomes an all-out brawl when Orndorff attacks Atlas. Paul Vachon's wedding, which results in a brawl, and his reception, which results in a food fight. Several skits involving wrestlers and their pets they brought in the stage with them, like Hillbilly Jim's pigs and goats, Iron Sheik's camel, and Bob Orton's horse. And the best of worst, Roddy Piper several appearances on Friday Night Titans, several cookings segments for past episodes, and Vince welcomes the production due of FNT set, it's formerly TNT set, to celebrate their anniversary. Now, that same day, 1985, a movie was released in theaters. One of my favorite movies, Fletch, starring Chevy Chase, was released. Supporting cast in that movie included Gina Davis, and Tim Matheson was also in that movie. And Elimination Chamber 2015 took place. It took place at the American Bank Center, Corpus Christi, Texas. 17,000 were in attendance. In a pre-show match, Stardust defeated Zack Ryder In opening the show shows kicked off with Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods, New Day facing off, defeating Cesaro and Tyson Kidd, Darren Young and Tyson O'Neil, Diego and Fernando, Kalisto and Sin Cara. 2. Connor and Victor in Elimination Chamber tag match for the WWE Tag Team Championship. Nikki Bella defeated Naomi and Paige in a triple threat match for Divas title. Kevin Owens defeated John Cena. Neville defeated Bo Dallas. Ryback defeated Dolph Ziggler, King Barrett, Mark Henry, R-Truth. Sheamus Elimination Chamber for the become the Intercontinental Champion. Ryback became the new Intercontinental Champion. Dean Ambrose defeated Seth Rollins by DQ for World Heavy title, and until Seth Rollins thought he won the title, but he didn't. Dean Ambrose thought he won the title, but he didn't. Seth Rollins is still title didn't change hands. Seth Rollins is still a World Champion. Then Roman Reigns came out here, interfered, and took a little took a little beating from Seth and from Roman and Dean. And see what else. Let's see. Now let's go to June the 1st. Okay, June 1st, 2015, we lost someone, a real wrestler. His name was Tommy Rogers. I don't know what he died of. He died in Honolulu, Hawaii. He died at the age of 54. Okay, June 1st. Okay, it's 12:02 right now. 12:02 in the morning right now. Okay, last Sunday, June 1st, was a happy birthday to Velvet Sky. She turned 44 last Sunday. Nick Busick, some of you know, is Big Bully Busick, who died of cancer. He would have been 71 last Sunday. Megan Bang from AEW, she turned 27 last Sunday. Last Sunday, it was a happy 48th birthday to James Storm. And let's see what else. And some wrestling history. See. Let's see. See. Barry Windham and Mike Rotunda with Captain LeBron defeated Johnny Ross and the Axe. Greg Valentine and Jimmy Hart defeated Mario Mancini, retaining the Intercontinental title. George Wells and Tony Ellis defeated Doc Butler and Terry Gibbs. Paul Orndorff defeated Barry O. Bret the Hitman Hart, the new Hart Foundation. Bret the Hitman Hart and Jimmy M. Neidhart with Jimmy Hart defeated Joe Murto and Special Larry Jones. And Hulk Hogan, the Memorial, Hulk Hogan defeated Ken Patera, Big John Studd, and Bobby Heenan by DQ to retain the WWE title. Let's see what else. Let's see. Okay, on WWE All-Star Wrestling, included Ken Patera and Bobby Heenan as guests of the Body Shop. Jesse Bonaventura. The new Hart Foundation. Okay, the Hart Foundation, Bret the Hitman Hart and Jim the Animal Neidhart defeated Paul Roman and Ron Hutchinson. George the Animal Steel, Captain LeBron defeated Mike Powers via submission. George Wells and Special Larry Jones defeated Ted Grizzly and Barry O. Bob Warren Jr. defeated Bob Marcus with a suplex. Tony Atlas defeated Frank Marconi. And WWE Tag Team Champions Iron Sheik and Nikolai Volkov defeated Jim Lonos and Brian McKinney when Lonos submitted to Sheik's camel clutch. Let's see what else. I'm trying to see what else. Trying to see what else. See. Let's see. Dynamite Kid faced off against Great Kabuki, and I think it was a disqualification. This was a disqualification. Dynamite Duo defeated Great Kabuki by disqualification. Great Kabuki and Scott Case by DQ. See. Midnight Express defeated with Jim Cornette. Defeated Sweet Sugar Bomb Mike Bond. And let's see. Scott Casey defeated Kelly Knick by disqualification. Yeah, the um Ja- for the NWA Texas title, the handsome half breed Gino Hernandez defeated Brian and Diaz by pinfall, and that's it. Now 2015 on Monday Night Raw after Payback. Monday Night Raw, June 1st, 2015. The WWE Raw focused on Roman Reigns and the Authority, and Reigns was challenged by the Authority. This was after Payback. This was after night after Elimination Chamber 2015. Yeah, Monday Night Raw, June 1st, 2015, took place at the A&T Center in San Antonio, Texas. WWE Raw focused on Roman Reigns and the Authority as Reigns was challenged by the Authority to prove his worth in the Money in the Bank ladder match. The show featured Reigns facing the evil words of Bray Wyatt, Mark Henry, and King Barrett, all in separate matches. Others included Randy Orton versus Sheamus, Ryback and King versus King Barrett, and Kevin Owens addressing his victory over John Cena. See, then Roman Reigns defeated King Barrett, Miz, Ryback and Miz in a no contest. Dolph Ziggler defeated Kofi and Big E and Xavier Woods. Dolph Ziggler and Primetime Players defeated Big E, New Day, Big E, Kofi Kingston, and Xavier Woods. Roman Reigns defeated Mark Henry by countout. Nikki Bella defeated Paige, retaining the Divas title. Randy Orton defeated Sheamus by DQ. Neville defeated Bo Dallas, and Reigns defeated Bray Wyatt. And the Authority called Dean Ambrose ordered him to give back Seth his title belt. And Cena confronts Kevin Owens for a match at Money in the Bank 2015. Now he's acting like an ass. Cena this year. Now let's go to yesterday, June the 2nd. One thing. Oh, okay. Oh, wait. A movie was released on June 1st, 2005. A movie called the Little Movie. June 1st, 2005. A movie called The Sisterhood of Traveling Pants. One of my favorite movies. Starring Amber Tamlin, America Fiera, Blake Lively, and Lexus Bledel. Supporting cast includes Bradley Whitford, Nancy Travis, Rachel Ticotin, and Jenna Boyd. Yeah, really good movie. Okay, see birthdays yesterday. Yesterday was a happy 67th birthday Lex Luger, WWE Hall of Famer. And yesterday would have been a happy Yesterday would have been a happy 116th birthday to Jim Crockett Sr. AJ Styles, I just mentioned earlier, he turned 48 yesterday. Kim Nielsen turned 52 yesterday. Some of you know his Desire from TNA. Kyle McLean, who played the fake Rosie O'Donnell. She turned 55 yesterday. Grado turned 37 yesterday. Some sources he was born in 84. He turned 37 yesterday. 41, 40, probably 41. JC Jane from NXT. She turned 29 yesterday. And let's see. Now let's go to some wrestling from 1985. Let's see. Okay, June 6th, 1985 on All American Wrestling on the USA Network, hosted by Mean Gene Okerlund. WWE Women's Champion Randy Richter, so in highlights, WWE Women's Champion Wendy Richter and Winona Lula fought the Fabulous Moolah and the line caught to a double with this DQ, when all four began brawling in the ring. It was shown from May 7th, 1985 in Kissimmee, New York. And now some pop culture history in 1995. A couple of movies released in theaters nationwide. June the 2nd, Fluke, starring Matthew Modine, Nancy Travis, Eric Stoltz. Samuel Jackson was also in that movie. Late John Polito was in that movie. Ron Perlman was in that movie from Hellboy and Beauty and the Beast, the TV show. Stars also co-stars Linda Hamilton from the Terminator movies. Fluke, a little pig movie, a little dog movie. Yeah, it was when he was Matthew Modine's was self-centered business. He was reincarnated into a dog. And a movie called The Glass Shield was released, starring Ice Cube, Richard Anderson, the Boatman, Bernie Casey, late Bernie Casey, and Michael Ironside. Late Richard Anderson was released. Glass Shield was released, and a movie called, and then one of my favorite romantic movies, The Bridges of Madison County, was released, starring Clint Eastwood and Meryl Streep. Was released. One of the best romantic movies of all time. I love that movie. I love Clint Eastwood. And let's see. Now let's go to 2005 for wrestling. SmackDown. SmackDown took place in the Rexall Place in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada, June 2nd, 2005. John Cena was a guest on Carlito's Cabana. And now you got Cena acting like an asshole, and Cena and Carlito is gone. Eminem defeated Hardcore Holly in the 15-man Iron Man match to retain the WWE Tag Team Championship match. Yeah, Eminem defeated Hardcore Holly and Charlie Haas to retain. Yeah, 2 point. Yeah, 2 points for 2 points for I think did Charlie Haas get screwed in the Hardcore Holly? No, no, wait, what am I talking about? I don't think he got screwed. Charlie Haas got screwed in this one. I don't know if he got screwed or in this one. I don't know. I'm confused. Kurt Angle defeated Booker T and Sharmell in a 2-on-1 handicap match, and that was stupid. It was the worst match ever made. That was a terrible match. Kurt Angle was acting like as he crossed the line with Booker T's wife. Heinrich defeated Jobber Divine Nicholson. JBL with Atlanta Jam and the Basham Brothers defeated Nunzio in the ECW rules match. And John Cena, piece of shit, John Cena in the Big Show defeated Carlito, Carabiner, and Cruel in Mel Morgan in a tag team match. And we see Heidenreich meeting with a little girl, a little friend in the ring. Asking her if she wants to be his friend. She said yes. Then we see then on WWE main event, June 2nd, 2015, Dolph Ziggler with Lana defeated Adam Rose, with Rose Mendes, Paige defeated Alicia Fox, and King Barry defeated Jack Swagger. Okay, I got all that covered. Well, that will do it for my review for tonight's this morning, this midnight, and for my review and my pop culture and everything. And hope y'all subscribe to me, Godfather Soul Joseph Swimming, hit like, make a comment on my video. So it's late Cherry Henshaw style, dress like Chevy Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown, like to get in that hot tub, gonna make me sweat, gonna make me dry, gonna make me, oh wait, hold on, wait. I've got a little piece of sports history for June the 2nd, right quick, hold on. Yeah, the Boston Celtics, the LA Lakers defeated the Boston Celtics in Game 3 of the 85 NBA Finals. That took place in the Forum in Inglewood, California, with 17,500 in attendance. The Lakers beat Celtics 136 to 111. And see what else. I think I got it covered. So it's late Cherry and shots. I like to dress like Chubby Checker, sing like Lionel Richie, dance like James Brown. And again, that hot tub, gonna make me sweat, gonna make me dry, gonna make me wet. Referring to Eddie Murphy doing an impression of Saturday Night Live back in the '80s, and doing an impression, back in the '80s on comedy impression. I never grew up in the '80s. I grew up in the '90s watching old school Saturday Night Live. So subscribe to me, Godfather Soldiers, who will slim me, hit like, make comment on video. And subscribe to me, and follow me anytime on YouTube. So hope all of you a good night, good morning, and Raw was just shitty last night. So hope all of you good morning. It's midnight. I'm getting some sleep. Have a good morning. It's midnight. I'm out of here. Peace.